it to Lisbon last night late. We got a good sleep, good breakfast, and now we're ready to explore. First stop of the day is at the Lisbon Cathedral, which I think is kind of more central in the city than where we're staying. So from here, we're just gonna walk around. Oh my gosh, my hair is getting stuck on my lip gloss because it's kind of windy, but I'm not gonna complain because London was like 5 times colder, and I swear right now I feel like I'm in tropical weather because it's just the first time I've been warm. Anyways, we're gonna check out the Lisbon Cathedral, and from there we're gonna just explore, but it's beautiful, so let's go check it out. We're on the balcony right in front of the actual cathedral, like where I'd be standing on the street, I am literally where I'd be looking up at. And this is the giant like front that you would see, and that kind of, I guess, is the trademark of the cathedral, like, you know, aesthetically wise. And it's crazy. I'm trying to like take a video with my phone, but it doesn't do it justice because I'm so close, but it's so amazing when you're just here and you can look up at it. Jinx. The other side of the other, like on the balcony there, is this gorgeous glass painting of the 12 disciples and then Jesus in the middle. And I just feel like it's a really gorgeous depiction of his time here on earth and how we can, I guess, just appreciate it.
This is one of the more beautiful cathedrals that I've been at. Upstairs you have amazing galleries of what used to be going on here in Lisbon.
They don't have like a ton of description on all the items, but they say like what kind of like gold or silver stones are in the artifacts. And I guess when they excavated the place, they found all of it. It's gorgeous. Like there's a whole upstairs with all of the things. You weren't technically allowed to take photos, but we're here at Castelo de St. George, and as you can see, it is pretty windy. I'm not even gonna bother fixing my hair, honestly, because I've done it a few times already, and I'm not winning this battle. Anyways, this isn't quite at the actual castle yet, I don't think. I've never been here before, obviously, but this is just the entrance to such a grand viewpoint. You can see all of Lisbon here and over that way. It's a really great view. At this monument here at Castelo de St. George, some of the areas here can be dated back to as far as 2nd century BC, so over 2,000 years ago, which is absolutely wild. And here in Lisbon can be found as one of the first, I guess, evidence of human civilization or human settlement, not civilization, which I think is wild. Just like that rich history and knowing that like people were here that long ago and having evidence of that, or at least just like a monument that shows that. It's wild, and especially because it seems in good shape. It's gorgeous. They knew what they were doing back then.
Caitlin is crushing it. We are back to the Caitlin show once more, but I had to get my bit in front of the camera. This place, like I always say, is gorgeous. Let's go! Guys, there are peacocks here. Oh my goodness. I mean, I don't know why I'm so excited.
I'm more excited about the peacocks than the actual castle.
Yeah, because you know why? Peacocks are the ultimate rizzers. Yeah, they know how to woo a female.
For sure. There's like 3 of them trying to follow this one female.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that one. I feel like David Attenborough up in here. Today in the wild Castelo de St. George, the wild males will try to woo the female. The sign right before we came in the castle was describing why it was built, when it was built, all that good stuff. What I remember was it said that they built it so grandiose so that they would deter people or invaders from coming in and causing destruction or invading and coming in basically to cause harm, because they would see this shit and they'd say, no, I can't get in there, it's too big.
That's what she said.
And in fact, it is huge. Like, we're walking through here, I don't even know where to go because it's just so grand and it's so hard to capture. Like, I swear, everything beautiful is so hard to capture because like the camera just doesn't, you know, when you take a, you know, you look in the mirror and you're like, yeah, I look good, and then you go and take a photo and it's just not the same. It's this.
We are now done at the castle. We're hungry.
I think what Joy meant to say was starving.
I meant we are hungry because you know this is the Doyen show now, and we're about to go eat. There are some great bakeries around the area.
Bakeries? No. I need real food, meat, fish.
Okay.
I heard the seafood here is great. I'm allergic to shellfish, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I might be at the short end of the stick here.
Seafood.
Yeah, no, but the castle was gorgeous. There was honestly so much to see, but we're tired and we gotta refuel.
We'll see you later. We just arrived at the Taverna Al Fucina. I'm just trying to butcher it, so here's the names so you can see it. This is one of the more famous local spots that has great reviews, great food. We're excited to try things out. Caitlin's not the biggest fan of seafood, but I'm sure this will change her mind.
Before and after. We just finished our lunch, dinner, I don't know, dinner probably. And I've never had fish like that before. Like, I'm honestly not a huge fan of seafood. Jordan said I don't like it. I like it. I'm just allergic to shellfish, so I don't usually have it. Anyways, I have never had a fish like that, and I was very pleasantly surprised. There's a little extra salt on it. Fabulous.
We are now here at Elevator San Josta, and again, I probably just butchered that, but I gotta work on my Portuguese. And in reality, it's just an elevator, but it does show you the whole view of the city. We're not gonna go up it because we got other places to check out, but it's a pretty cool elevator. If you have time, come check this out. We are at Carmo Convent, which is a historical site that has now been turned into a museum for everyone to come see. It costs around $5 for the average person to come in here and take a look at it. It's an open air concept, and it's, I guess, because the roof fell off.
Well, I think there is an indoor. The museum is in there, but
the outdoor part is gorgeous. It is absolutely beautiful, and they have different things on display outdoors as well for you to come check out.
I'm actually speechless. I feel like ever since we started traveling, I'm like, oh yeah, this is beautiful, but you know, no, this is like, I'm actually speechless. I can't believe, like, I'm so interested in like archaeological things and stuff that they've recovered in history and stuff, and I can't believe just like how much stuff is here. So I'm pretty sure all these like kind of tombstone looking things were the commemoration of people who had died, and I just think it's so cool to see kind of how each one looked and who was here at a specific time in history. There's so many. The most wild thing to me is this like sword behind me here. You can see it. Is literally from like 3000 BC, so 3000 years before what we know as the start of how we date time. And it's just crazy that they, you know, like obviously we know that there's people here before us, but to see the records of like the weapons and little tools that they made, it's wild.
Good morning. We are currently on our way to Sintra and the Pena Palace and all the other amazing sites around the area, and we're very excited for today. Today's gonna be a very good day.
It's gonna be good. It's looking a little foggy up there, but that's okay because we're like troopers when we travel.
We're gonna get it done.
So we made it to Pena Palace, sort of. We're at the base of it. It's all the way up there, but our entrance time isn't till 11, which is in 40 minutes, but you also get access to the park, so it's like the garden area and kind of, I guess, all the grounds of the palace. So we're gonna check that out before we go up. It's a tad chilly. Doyen gave me his sweater. As you can see, this is why I look like this. It's fine. We're fine. And it's super windy, so we're managing. It's good though. It's honestly quite beautiful. Like the clouds are so low because we're so high up. And anyways, let's go explore.
I don't remember signing myself up for hikes, but somehow we keep ending up on hikes.
I swear this happens every time. Like when we were in Nice, we climbed a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got to the little city called Es, and it was on top of a hill.
And I was like, what are we doing here? So, yeah.
It's okay. We gotta get our cardio in, stay fit while we travel.
And we're climbing up the mountain because we didn't get the ticket to the bus apparently. But, oh well, let's have fun.
Our journey continues as we go up this mountain. It said it was gonna take us half an hour, but y'all, I think it's only been 10 minutes. So I don't know who they were gauging that time by. But if you come here, don't buy the bus tickets. You can just walk up.
Caitlin's currently raving as to how she's never seen anything like this before. And
it's like it literally looks like something out of a fairy tale.
it really does.
I actually read online that the Cinderella's castle from Walt Disney was inspired by this. Inside the Pena Palace, there were so many different rooms that all had different descriptions as to what had gone on in the rooms at the time and what was special about them, any cool facts. And it was beautiful. There was so many great sculptures on the wall and the ceiling and so much to see. We loved it. We're on our way back down. Honestly, I think that was like the most magnificent thing I've ever seen. I know that's crazy. We've seen a lot of great things, but that was like, I can't believe how grand it was and how beautiful all the colors were. Anyways, we're on our way down. Our guide for the day is taking us around Sintra to a couple different places. So I don't know exactly where our next stop is. I think it's at some sort of monastery, but we will let you know. So I just want to point out that this sign says it's going to take 30 minutes to get up to the top, when in reality it took us like, I'm going to say 10 minutes maximum. Like honestly, I don't even think it took us 10 minutes. And we weren't walking super fast. I'm not sure. I think they want you to purchase the bus ticket. So if you come here, don't do that. Just walk up. Next stop was Quinta da Regaleira, which was an amazing castle that was surrounded by phenomenal gardens. I was just up in this little building, whatever you want to call it, structure here. It doesn't look that tall, honestly, but when you climb all the way up, the stairs are so narrow and you're like looking right down and there's no real like big tall railing, and so it felt really high. And Dwayne said he just wanted to stay down to take a picture of me, but I know it's because he's scared of heights. We're trying to get to the monastery where it's like a big kind of spiral looking down, and I feel like I keep getting led astray. Oh, over here. Also on the property were what were called initiation wells, and this one in particular was gorgeous. It was super deep and had a spiral staircase going all the way down to the bottom, and when you got to the bottom, it actually led to a series of tunnels that connected different wells that had been used in the past for ceremonies. So it was really cool to walk through and see these different passageways. It was pretty shallow in there, but it opened up some gorgeous views and it was totally worth exploring. And to the main attraction, this castle was absolutely breathtaking with its gothic and medieval type vibe and the surrounding gardens. I've never seen anything like it before.
This garden is, oh my goodness, it is gorgeous. We haven't used that word yet. This garden is gorgeous. There is so much to see here. You have a beautiful castle on the outside. You have the monastery up the hill. This is, to be honest, I kind of really enjoy this garden more than the one of, what's the castle called?
Pena Palace.
The Pena, I enjoy this garden more than the Pena Palace garden.
I don't know, like I think the Pena Palace one, we missed it a little bit because it was really wet and muddy because it had rains. But with this one, honestly, I don't think it could have topped this one.
Exactly. This one is just grand.
We're at Cabo da Roca, just about probably 10 minutes from Sintra where we were just then, and it's just this gorgeous little town with a lot of windy roads again. But like you could just have this incredible view of the ocean and this beautiful lighthouse, and honestly the sun is shining, it's not too windy. I'm feeling good. We're just finishing up our time here at Cabo da Roca. We're going to go eat something, but honestly, this was a must-see. When I tell you, even now, after being here, I think we've been here for like over half an hour, 40 minutes, and it does not look real. When I tell you it looks like a backdrop, like a screen, it's unbelievable. Anyways, we haven't eaten today because we've been trying to absorb as much beauty as in Portugal as we possibly can. So we're gonna go eat and we will be back again tomorrow.
My name is Amit. I'm from Nepal but currently living in Lisbon. It's very nice to give a ride for both of you. So let's see. Hope to see you again.
Yeah. Good morning, day 3 here in Lisbon. We are in front of the Belem Tower. But before we get to the good stuff, we gotta show you the plane behind us.
Behind me is a really cool old plane. I don't think would have known really what it was, but as we were driving up here in our taxi, the driver was telling us that this is the very first plane that they flew all the way from Portugal to Brazil, which is wild. Can you imagine flying in this thing all the way across the Atlantic Ocean? I'm not sure I would want to, but it's pretty impressive. To the right of me is Belem Tower. If I'm being honest, it looks like a big, huge, fancy sandcastle. And the reason I say that is because it's basically right on the water, right on the sand, and it's incredible. Funny enough, it actually served as an embarkment and disembarkment place for explorers to come and leave from. So also kind of like a fancy lighthouse without the light, but that explains why it's so grand, because then people would obviously be able to see it from, I don't know, wherever they're coming, because it's huge and it's gorgeous. We're not gonna go inside because I feel like we've gone inside a lot of places and we want to still explore a few more places since we're leaving later today, which breaks my heart. But it was gorgeous, and now we're gonna move on to another monastery called Jerónimos Monastery, something like that. We'll make sure that we have everything listed below, but let's go check it out. But first, we cannot pass up an opportunity to get a nice sweet drink. I'm gonna get a pineapple or pina colada in a pineapple. I'm so excited. I think it's because I'm thirsty, but it's okay. We're gonna give it to the craving this morning. Here it is. It's in a real pineapple, and let's just try it out. That's good. Oh, that's refreshing. She took the pineapple out, blended it with ice, and then put it back in. Worth it.
Guys, behind us is the 25-day April Bridge. I just read that off the screen because I couldn't pronounce that. But it reminds me of the bridge in San Francisco. It reminds me of the San Francisco bridge.
I don't know if it was built like before or after that one, but I think it was like based on that bridge. Like it's definitely like honestly it looks the same. I feel like we're in San Francisco. Behind me, in English because it's easier, is called the Monument of Discoveries, and in the 15th and 16th century it was kind of a landmark and celebration of the beginning of the Age of Discovery for people in Portugal, and a place where they could depart from and arrive to, I guess, kind of like the Tower of Belem, but it's gorgeous. There's amazing structures and pieces on it. Just everything here is so grand. We're on top of the Monument of Explorers. I think that's what exploration, you know what I mean? And I didn't know you could come on top. Honestly, I didn't even know about it, and I'm so glad that we came up. It was pretty cheap. If you're 25 or younger, it's €5 each. Honestly, we didn't go in the Belem Tower, and I don't know if you can even go all the way to the top, but this is like a magnificent view. You can see the river here, pretty much all of Lisbon, and it's not too scary. There's very high walls, which is good for doing because he's terrified of heights. Our next stop was Jerónimos Monastery, which was an incredible sight to see. It was built at the end of the 1400s and had occupied many monks who, in return for their stay, were asked to pray for many of the explorers that set out from Belem, including Prince Henry the Navigator, who we saw on the statue of the Monument of Discoveries.
This place, it's an absolute work of art. Caitlin used the word breathtaking. How do you feel about it?
It is. Honestly, all the little arches and details, even just in this one section, are incredible. Everything is very carefully carved, and this is only one section, so it's amazing.
It took them a long time, I'm guessing. Yes.
So we just finished at the Jerónimos Monastery. It was gorgeous. Now we're starving. We're walking past this road, and right beside me is a restaurant called Castelo de Belem, which when they started in like 1837, apparently they made the recipe of that famous egg pastry tart, the one with all that delicious sweet goo inside of the pastry. So we're gonna go check it out and see if it is better than the last one that we've had. What is it?
Flops. Flops.
My turn.
Yup, this is delicious. Oh my gosh. Wow.
The pigeons are following me because as I'm eating, they're like little flaky parts are falling on the ground. I'm kind of scared. No, I'm not scared. I just don't like birds, and they're getting real comfortable. That's so good. Okay, we've made it to a very picturesque place in Lisbon called Elevador de Pica, and it's honestly just an amazing view of this hill and this little tram that goes super slow, goes up and down the hillside here. I don't think it's a very practical tram, like you could easily walk up. Okay, maybe it's not practical, but it goes really slow. Honestly, it's just very picturesque, very beautiful, very Portugal-esque.
This is the end of our trip here in Lisbon. Oh, I'm gonna miss it so much.
I'm so sad. Like, I actually feel so like sadness, a sense of sadness.
Guys,
because we didn't spend enough time here.
We did, and Lisbon was absolutely amazing. We're gonna have to come back here and make another video on Lisbon on additional things to do, where to go, and we'll probably end up going to Sintra as well, because that mountainous region is gorgeous. So we're very, very excited.
Till next time, Lisbon.